everyone, welcome back to our channel Imaginary Engineering. This is Kirti. In this video we are going to build the bookstore application. We will perform all the code operation, create, update, delete, edit. We will use the Node.js and mongoDB. If you are beginner, then this video is really gonna helpful, so watch this video till the end. Before we start, I will show you the application so you will get an idea. So let's go to our browser. So this is the bookstore application. Here I have some books. So let's add a new book. Click on this add book button. Then I will give the title, secret, book title, then book author, and then price and description. I will put some random text here. And this cover image is not required, so I will keep it empty and click on the add button. Here I am getting one message, book already exists. If I go back and show you in home, here you can see this secret book is already there. That's why we are getting that message, book is already there. So let me add the new book which is not present. So this I will choose this file, rich dat and poor dat, give the title, author name, then some price. I will just give any random number, description, and click on the add. Here new book has been added, this rich dad and poor dad. Now if I click on the more details, you can see the cover image, author, price, description. We have the option for the edit and delete. Click on the edit icon. Let's change this title, rich dad and poor dad. Then I will add the another author name. Then I will change that price value. I am adding any random value. And then for the description, I will change the initial text. Let's add the rich dad and poor dad at the beginning. And click on the edit button. Now here you can see the title has been changed. If I click on this more details, the author has been updated, also description is also updated. Let's go back to the home. Now if I click on the delete icon, that book has been deleted. So this is our overall application. So let's start. Let's go to the VS Code. Here I have the one empty folder. So first we will create the package.json file. So let's run the command npm init-y. It will generate the package.json. Now next we need the express. So let's install the npm I express. Here you can see under dependency we have installed the express. Now next I will install the nodemon provided flag -d. So we will install the nodemon as a dev dependency. Whenever we make some changes, so our server will restart. Then I will create a new file, server.js. Let's go to our package.json. I will replace this with the server.js and also provide a script. Let's say dev and we'll say nodemon server.js. Now we go to our server.js and create a server. First we will require the express. Then we will call the express and store it one variable app. Next we will define the port. Before that I will create a .env file. Here we will give the port number. Let's say 9000. Then we will go back to our server.js and we define the port. First we will read the value from our .env file, process.env.port. Otherwise we will give the default value 9001. Then we call the listen method and pass our port number and also one callback function. Inside that I will just console log the port number. We'll say our app is running on port Now our Express server is ready. So let's turn it. npm run dev, not in capital. Let me remove this. npm run dev, enter. Now here you can see our app is listening on port 9001. It's not taking the value from .env. So for that I will install the one package .env. Then we will require that .env package and call the config method. It has one method config. We will call that. Then we will check, go to our node. Here you can see our app is listening on port 9000, means now it's taking the value from our .env file environment variable. Then next we will create one get method. It will take the path and callback function. We'll just return one JSON response. We'll say response dot pass the status 200. 200 and JSON, call the JSON method and pass the message. Let's say hello. Now to test this API, I have installed one extension. I will show you. Thunder client. You can search it. Here I have already installed it. I'm clicking on this icon and create a new request. Then we'll give our path URL http://localhost 9000 and click on send. Here we are getting the message hello. It's working fine. So let's go back to our server. First I will create a new folder for routes which contain all our routes. Then we'll create one file book.js. First we will require the Express. Then we'll create a router. We'll call the express.router. Now I will go back to our server.js and cut this method and copy it here. Here we don't have the app, so let me replace it with the router. Then we will export this router so we can use the outside. Now I will create a new folder controllers which contain the logic for our request response. Inside that we'll create one file book.js. Here I will define one method. Let's say get books. Let me go back. I will cut this method from here and copy it here. Then we will export this method get books. We come back to our routes and here I will require that get book method so we can use it. Inside the controllers we have the book. Now I will pass that get books method here. Then now you can see our code is more cleaner and readable. We go to the server and we will need to provide the path for that router. So we'll say start with the books and we'll require that router here. Inside the route folder we have that book router and our path start with the /book. So I will add /book here and then click on send. Here we are getting the response same as before, so it's working fine. So let's go back. Now next we will install the mongoDB. We'll connect our application to mongoDB. I have already installed. You can install it here. and then it will open the mongoDB compass. Just click on connect. So first I will create one folder, config. Inside that I will create one file, connectiondb.js. Here first we need to install the mongoose, so let's first install it. It will take some time. Now it's installed. Then we will require the mongoose. Then I will define one method. Let's call it connectDB. It will be the async method and pass the request response. Then we'll call the connect method mongoose.connect. It will take the connection string. So let me go back to our environment variable. I will create one variable, connection string. I will go to our mongoDB compass, copy the connection string and paste it here. At the end of the URL, we'll pass our database name. Here I will say BookStore. This is our database name. Then I will copy this connection string, go to our connectionDB and paste it. Then call the then. Once it's resolved, we will just simply console log the connected message. Then I will add a catch also. If we get any error, then we'll exit the process. So we'll say process.exit. We need to export this method connectDB so we can use it outside of this file. So let's go to our server.js. First I will require that connectDB file here. Config. Inside the config we have the connectionDB. Now next simply I will call that connectDB method here. Let's go to node. Here we are getting one error. This connection string is not defined. Let's go back. Yeah, this is the environment variable and we need to pass process.env.connection string. We are getting the environment variable. Now here you can see database connected successfully. You can see the message connected. Then next I will create a folder, models. For inside that we will define our book schema. So here first I will require the mongoose. That book schema basically define what are the fields we want in our table. Then variable book schema equal to mongoose dot we call the method schema. Then we'll pass the object and also I will make the timestamp true, so it will save our created and updated date. And fields we need title and the type will be string, and this is the required field, so we'll make the required true. Then we have the title, author, description. So let me copy this. Then I will replace this title with author and type will be string, required true. Then next is description. We want then required, description is not required. And then next cover image, we also need a cover image and this is also not required, so let me remove this. Now next we'll have the price, and this one is required. Now next we will export this. So we'll say module.export equal to mongoose.model. We'll call the model method. Then we'll pass the collection name. Book is will be our table name, and then second we will pass our book schema. Now we are done. So we go back to our routes, and here we will create a new route for the post. Provide path slash, and then I will create this method is not created at add new book. Let's create this method. Go to our controllers. Here I will create the new method, add new book. It will be async method. Next I will export this add new book. First I will destructure all the things we are getting from request.body. We have the title, price, description, then we have the cover image. So let me check in that module if we are missing anything. Yeah, we have the author also. So come back here, and I'm adding the author equal to request.body. Then next we will check if any field is empty. We check if the title, price and author is a required field, and if it is empty, then we will send the error message. Error response 400, bad request. Return response dot status 400, and then JSON response, all fields are required. Now next we check if that book is already exist or not. So I will define one variable, const book equal to await. Then for that we need that book model which we have created. So let's first require that book equal to require. We have created the book schema inside that models folder. We have the book.js file. Now we use this book variable book dot, we have the method find, and we will pass our title. Then we will check if that book is already exist or not. Book dot length is not equal to 0. It means that book is already exist. So we will simply return the response 400 means bad request, and we'll send one JSON message, book is already exist. Now then we will create a new book. Let me define one variable new book equal to await book dot create method we will use, and pass all the data we have received from the request dot body. Here we pass the title, price. Let me remove this cover image. We will see this later, so I will remove this. And then once we created the book, we will send the response status 201, new book has been created, and pass JSON data. I will provide one message. So instead of message, I will just pass this new book which we have created. Then let's check this, test this API. Go to the body, and then I will provide the title. let's say atomic habits. Then we have the description, author, price. Then we have the description. This description is not required, so let me skip this. Click on send. First change the method post. Send. Here we are getting one error. So let's check what is the error. This title of request bot is undefined. Yeah, because we haven't added the middleware, we need to add to pass the JSON. So express.json. Now let's go back. Click on send. Here we are getting the response. Title, author, this new book has been created. Now next we will see the EJS. First I will install the EJS npm I EJS embedded JavaScript template, which used to create a HTML template. Then here I will set the our view engine we are using. First we need to set. So we are using the EJS view engine. There are other view engines are available. In this project I am using the EJS. So now I am creating the new folder views. Inside that I will add one EJS file, home.ejs. Then I will add a HTML code, h1 tag, and inside we just display the home. Then next I will create a route, static router, to display our front end pages. This is just a similar route, so I will copy these two lines and paste it here. Then let me export this router, and then we will create one method get. Here we don't have app, we need to use the router.get, and pass the end URL slash and one callback function. And I will simply render our home page which we have created, response.render, and pass our page name home. Now go back to our server. Here you have to provide the path for the static router which we have created. So let's require that path. Require inside the routes we have the static router. Now we go back to browser and check localhost 9000. Here we can see the home page, its display. Now we will see the styling. I am using the Bootstrap, so let me copy this Bootstrap. You can search for Bootstrap Syrian, you can find it, and paste it here. And here I am changing the title, let's say BookStore. Also I am copying this script and paste it inside the body. Now we have done, but you have noticed one thing, this code is repeating in all the pages. So what I will do, I will create one folder inside our views. I will create a folder partials. Now inside this partials folder I will create another file, head.js. Inside this file we will keep our link tag. I will cut these lines from here. We will use this in every pages, so we will keep it in a separate file and paste it here. Let me rename this. This extension is EJS, not JS. You can see error has gone now. Now we go back to our home. Here we have the script tag. I have only one, but it might be many. So what we will do, we will create a separate file for this script. I will cut this and paste it here. Let me cut this body and paste it back. I by mistake copied. Now we have the separate files. We go back to our home page and include that head and script files here. For that we have the syntax. Here you can see the EJS suggestions. I have installed one extension, I will show you. Search for the EJS. This is the extension, EJS language support I have installed. We need to include tag. Then inside that we will provide the path partials slash head. Then I will include the path for the script, partial slash script. Then let's go to the browser, refresh. Here we are getting the error, cannot find the file include head.js. So let's go back and check. Here if you see there is a double quote I have added. Let me remove, and now refreshed, still we have one error, could not find the path. Okay, this script.js I have write, this will be ejs not js. Let me refresh, now it's working fine. Now we come back to our VS Code. Next we will create a navigation bar. We will use that in every pages. So I will create a navbar.ejs file inside the partials. Go to the Bootstrap. I am copying this code. Copy. Let me copy this code and paste it here. Now we have the navbar. We will go to the home and include that here. Remove the home, include, and provide the path. Inside the partials we have the navbar. Going back to the browser, refresh. Here we can see the navbar. Now let me change the background color. I will make it dark. Now next I will remove all the unnecessary things. We don't need this link. I will remove that. Then we don't need this drop down also. Let me remove all the unnecessary things. I will remove this search input field also. We don't need it. Go back, refresh. Here you can see. Let's change the button color. We will say not success. We will say light. Now it looks good. Make it outline. Then we will also change the name this navbar to BookStore. Here you can see now it looks good. And also instead of search we will say add book. Refresh. Now our navbar is ready. Next we will create a form to add a new book. For that I will create a new file inside our views, add book.ejs. I will go to the home. I will copy all these things and paste it here. Now add one div and give the class container, margin top 4, and also provide some width 50. Then inside that I will add a form tag. Go to the Bootstrap and copy this form, and I will paste it here. Now let me rename all this field. First we have the title. Let me change this label name to title. Then type is text. I will remove this ID attribute and add a name attribute here, title. Then placeholder, I will say enter the book title. Now next is author, and name I will give author. I will change the placeholder, enter a book author. Then we have the price. I will change the placeholder also, enter book price. Then we have the description. change the title. Description is a text area. I will add a name attribute description. Let me put it inside the double quote. Let me check if I added every field. Here cover image is remaining. We will add this later. Now if I go back here we have the many fields, and this required this field for the edit form also. So what I will do, I will simply create a new file for this input field. I will cut this inside the partials. I will create a new file form input.ejs. I will paste it here. Now we go back to our add book and include that form input.ejs. Form input.ejs we have inside the partials. Now next we need one submit button. So let's add one button. Let's say add and type will be submit. Then I am adding the class btn success. I want this button center, so I am adding the class deflex, and justify content will be center. Now our form is ready. So I will go to the static router and create a route for this. I will create a new route for this add new book, and then we will render to the add book page. Here we have created. Now we go to our new bar. Inside the form we will have the submit button. We will provide the action /add/new. Then also for the home we redirect to the home page. Now we go back to our server.js. Here to parse the form data we need to add one middleware app.use express.url encoded extended false. Everything is done. One thing is remaining. When user click on the add submit the form, it will redirect to the post request. So for the post request, path is /book and method is post. If I show you this is our post request. Here we create a new book. Then I will go to the browser. I will show you that. Here if I click on this add book button, will redirect to this form title author. First I will show you the BookStore, our database. Here we don't have any entry, documents are 0. Then we'll go back. I will quickly fill all the fields, title, author, price, and for the description I will go to the lorem. I will copy some random text from here, come back and paste it here. Then I will click on the add button. Here we are getting the response, so new book is created. If I show you, let's go to the controllers and click on the books. Here we are sending this response, JSON response. When new book is created, we will redirect to the home page. When we click on the add and book is created, then we will redirect to our home page. Now second thing is, here if the book is already exists, then we will redirect into the same page and we will send some error message. So let's render to the add book page, and also we send some data, error and message. Book already exists. Now I will go to that add book page, and here I will add one condition, if condition locals. This local store all the variables. If we have that error variable, then we will display the error message. Let me go to the Bootstrap and search for the alert. I will copy this class. We want to show the error message, so I will copy this alert danger class, come back here, paste it, and this output statement we will just display the error. message. Now we are done. So let's go back to our browser. We already have this atomic habit book. Click on the add. Where we are getting one error, book already exists, and we redirect to the same page, means it's working fine. Now if I click on the home, we redirect to the home page. So let's go back. Now next we will see how we can store the image. So let's go to the form input. I will copy this and adding one more field, input field for the file. Let's rename this title to cover image. Type will be file. For the name, here we have given the cover image, so this name should be match. So I will put the name cover image. We don't need this placeholder. Now we are done. So let's go to our browser and check. If I go to my browser, click on the add book, here we can see the cover image input field. We can select our file, and we need one package multer to upload the file. So let me copy, and first we will install that npm imulter. Here they have given the all the things in documentation. You have go through the documentation. Then first we will require the multer. We go back to our controller, and here first I will require the multer. Then I will scroll down. Here we are using this disk storage, so let me copy this and paste it here. This storage function will take two things, a destination and file name. First I will require the path equal to require from the path module. Then we will specify the destination. I will remove this, and we will say path resolve public. Under the public folder we will create a upload folder, and we will store all our files there. So first let me create a new folder, public. Inside that we will create a uploads folder, and we will store all our files inside that folder. And here we give that file path public/uploads. This is our destination. Now second is file name. Provide the file name date.now and file name. Even if user upload the same file name, it will be unique because we append the prefix date.now. Then we will pass that file name to callback function. So this is our storage. Now we will pass that storage in multer function and store it in variable upload. This original name is a property of file. Then I will go to the browser, and here documentation. This is the encrypt attribute we need to pass in our form. So let's go back to our form. Here this is important. We need to pass that encrypt multipart form data. Then next we need to call this method single, because we are uploading the single file. First I will export that upload, and here we will go to our book route and require the upload. Then we will call that single method and pass the image name. In our case it is a cover image. Here is our add new book method. I will console log this request.file. Let me remove this double quote. Now we go back, choose the file. Let me add the title. Then we have the author, title, and enter the rich dad, poor dad, then author, Robert, price, description. I will just copy this random text and paste it here and click on the add. We redirect to the home page. Now we go back in console. Here you can see we have this file object, file name, original name, destination. Now next we will save this cover image in our database. Here we will pass the cover image also. So we say cover image : uploads. If we see inside the upload folder, we have all the images. So we will provide the path uploads request.file, and this is our file name attribute we have, which store our file name. Inside this upload folder we have all the files. So we are done. Now next we will go to our home page and we will display all the books that we have stored in our database. So I am adding one div and provide the class container. Then I am adding another div and provide a class row. Then go to a static. Before that we need to pass the data, book data. So here I am require the book model. When we redirect to the home page, we need to pass the fetch all the books and pass it to our home page. I will call the find method, so it will return all the books which we have in our database, and we will pass this book to our home page when we render. Let me make it async function, and here we can say book. Now this is done. We go back to our home page. Here first I will delete that database BookStore. Now we don't have any entry. Here we have the 3 files in our uploads. Let me delete all these things. Refresh, add new book. Here I am adding the new book. Atomic habit, author name, price and description. I will copy this random data and paste it here. Click on add. We redirect to the home page, and here let me refresh. Here in the book we can see cover image, path, its store. Now here inside the upload folder also you can see our cover image, means it's successfully stored. So next we will render this book in our home page. So I will add one for each loop to iterate over the each book items. Replace this array to our book. This is the variable that we have passed when we render to the home page. I will replace this element and call it item. Then add the one div for the columns, class name, call sm4. These all are bootstrap classes. I will search for the card. We are displaying the books in card, so let me copy this and paste it here. If I go to the browser, refresh the page, here you can see in home you can see one card because currently we have only one item. Then next I will modify this card, put this image inside our card body, then pass one class deflex. Then we will provide this src path. Here we have the cover image. We store our image path. So here we will say item dot cover image. We'll add each syntax item dot cover image. Here alt attribute I will say cover image. If that image is not present, then I will add one div and put this image inside that div. We will give some width and height for this image. Let's say width is 100 pixel and height 120 pixel. Now I will add another div where we display our title. Then I will cut this all the things and put inside this div. Here we display the title. Add a styling, add some margin, left 15 pixel. Then I will remove this card and we will pass dynamically item dot title. Now We will add one link, more details, and change this button to secondary, margin top bottom 2. Now here I have icon for delete and edit. I will add one div and add this to icon. First I will add the delete icon. Here I am providing the path for this icon /delete icon.jpg. I will copy this and paste it here for the edit icon. Also I will pass some width and height attribute. Let's say width is 20 pixel and height is 20 pixel. Let me copy this and paste it for the edit icon also. And we will add a property deflex. Now let me refresh. Here we can't see the images because we haven't added that middleware. So we go to our server.js page. Let me go to the server.js page. Here we have the image, but the image is not displayed. So for displaying the image, we need to add one middleware, express.static, and here we provide our folder path public. Now if I refresh, we can see the image, all the images. We go back to home and here we'll say small button. Now it looks good. This card looks good. So now let's go back. I will give some more margin. Now it looks fine. Next we will see that more details page. When user click on that more details, then it will show all the details about the page. So inside this get book, we will fetch the book by its ID. So we will call the method find book by ID. We will get the ID for parameter request.params.id. We will make this method async. And first I will create one views file. So let me go to this views folder and I will create one file, bookdetails.ejs. Here I will go back to our controllers and we will render that file which we have created, book details, and we will pass that book data. Now go back to our this. Let me copy this all the things from the home page and I will paste this inside this book details. We don't need anything, so I am removing that. Now next I will add a class, add some margin, left right auto, text will be center, then add some style, let's say width 800 pixel. Then we display the image, src path. We have passed the book data. We will say book.cover image. Then we will set width and height. Here I am giving the 200 pixel width and height will be 150 pixel. Then I will give some margin bottom too. Then we will display the rest of the information. We have the title, author, description. So we will say book.title. Let me copy this and then we have the author and then we will display the description. This is our book details page. Now when user click on this more details, redirect to the URL we have to given, so /book and we pass the ID book.id. This is our URL. When user click on the more details page, here we are getting one error, book is not defined. So let's go back. Here is spelling mistake, book. Now it's correct. I'm getting another error, cover image. It's regarding the cover image. So let me go back, click on the cannot read the properties of null cover image. So basically here we need to add the item.id. Now refresh, click on here, we are getting cannot get the book slash. Let me go to our router. I think we have given the wrong route. Yeah, here we need to pass the id dynamically, so we will say :id and then we will call this getBook method. Let me change it to the getBook instead of getBooks. Then I will go to the browser, refresh the page and click on the more details. Here we can see the cover image, author, title, but description is missing here. So let's go to VS Code. Before I will go here in a mongoDB also we don't see the description, something went wrong. So let's go to our VS Code. I will go to form input file, and here in the description if you see I have misspelled the description, yes is missing. So let me correct the description and this also. Now it's correct. So after that we will see the delete functionality. So let's go to the VS Code. I will go to our home page. Here we have the image. So I will add one button and I will wrap that button inside the form tag. Then I copy this image tag and paste inside our button. Then we will create a route for the delete, router.delete, and we provide the path end URL :id will dynamically add the id. Then we call the method delete book. We haven't created it, we will create it soon. Then we'll go to the controllers and we will create that method delete book const delete book equal to request response it will receive, and this will be our async method. Await book dot, we have the method delete one which will take the id. We will get the id from the parameter request.param.id and we will send the response. We will simply redirect to the home page, and I will export this method delete book. Now our method is ready, delete book. We go back to our home page, and when user click on the submit, we will provide the type submit, and when user click on that delete icon, we will redirect to that URL. Here in this action attribute, we provide the URL /book/item.id. Then this method is post. Now we want to override this post method. For that we will use the method override package. This is the npm package, you can go through it. You want to override this post method, for that I am using this method override package. First I will install npm I method override. Then we will go to our server.js file. First we will require that method override package. Here I will paste that line or replace that const with var to const. Then I will add middleware app.use and call the method override function here, and we will pass the string underscore method. Now we are done. We go back to our home page and append the method. This is the delete method. So question mark and our string method equal to delete. So it will override this post method. Now we go back to our browser and check. Let me refresh. This button we need to add some styling. So I will add a style. Outline will be none. Then I will make the border none. And background will also none. Then next I will add one div and copy this image edit icon and put this inside the div. Refresh. Here we can see the icon. Now if I click on this delete icon, the book has been deleted successfully. Now next we will see the edit functionality. Before that I will add one book. Let's choose the file, atomic habit, title, author, price I have provided. Then I will copy this random text and paste it here as a description. Click on the add, new book has been added. If I click on the more details, here we can see the description also. Let me increase the height of that book image. Here I will change the height, let's say 250 pixel. Now refresh. Now it looks good. Now next we will see this edit functionality. So we will go back to our VS Code. First, inside this views folder, I will create a new file, editbook.ejs, and go to our edit book. I will copy all these things and paste it in our editbook.ejs. Then first I will create the route for update. So here router.patch request, provide the end URL and pass the method to update the book data. Let's call it update book. We haven't created it. We will create it. So we go back to our controllers. Here I will create the function update book. Make it async. Const book equal to await book dot. We will call the method find by ID and update. Inside that parameter we will pass the ID, request.params.id. Then we need to pass the body data, so we need to update, so we destructure that request.body and also update the cover image. So I will say /upload/ we will get that request.file name. We will get the file name. Then we will pass the new true and we simply redirect to our home page. I'm removing this const book because we are not require that variable. Then I will export that update book here. Then we go to our static router and create a route for this edit page. So let me go back, and here I am copying this and paste it here and change the URL. We will say edit and we pass the ID and we will render to our edit book page. This one we have created, and then first I will fetch the book data by ID and pass it to our edit book page. So we'll call the method find by ID and pass the ID request.params.id. Let me make it async function, and we will send this book data when we render to this edit book page. Now we go to the home. Here we have this image. I will put the anchor tag and put this image inside that anchor tag. Then we will provide the path /edit/bookid. We'll say item.id. When user click on that image, we will redirect to the edit book page. Here I will add some margin left, let's say 5 pixels. Now I go to this static router. Here you can see we send this book data. So first I will replace that with the edit. Now if I refresh, here you can see click on the edit, but this title, author, price value is not there. So We'll go back to the VS Code. Here we pass this book data. I go to this form input and add the value attribute. For the title, we will say book.title. Then we have the author. Then we call the author book.author. Then we have the price input field. Then we'll say book.price. And for the name, I will put this inside this text area tag book.description. Now we are done. If I go and click on the more details edit icon, here you can see title, author, price is pre-populated here, and click on the edit button. Now first I will go back to our edit page. Here if you see this book action, we need to provide the path here. Here we have created this patch request, so let's change this path book/id book.id, and then we will append the method equal to patch. We will override this post method. Now let me change the price, title, and description. I will add the another text, random text. I will copy from here and paste it here and choose the file. Let's say secret edit. Wait, it has added the new book instead of edit. I forget to refresh, so let's try to edit it again. Now I will select this rich dad and poor dad, provide the title. After click on the edit, I am getting this error. So let's go back to our VS Code and check. I have given the right path here. Go to our router. Here I have made one mistake. It will be /:id. Now we are good. Refresh the page. Choose the file. I will choose the file rich dad and poor dad. Then give the title. Rename this author. And click on the edit. But it's not. We are getting the error here. File name is undefined. We need to pass this upload single method for the patch request also, because we are updating the file. So let me restart the server. Run the server npm run dev, refresh. Now click on the edit. Now I am choosing the file rich dad and poor dad, giving the title. Instead of secret, we will say rich dad and poor dad. Author name I will change it, and price I will say 800. Now edit. Here you can see the cover image, title, all things has been updated. If I click on the add book, I'm getting this error, book is not defined. So this error is because here we are not passing the any book data. We are using the same form for the edit and add book. If I show you this form input in our partials folder, here in the value we pass the book. So while render this add book, we need to pass the book data. So we say book : and new book object we will pass. Now if I go and click on this add book, now error has gone. So let me add the new book here. But in description, here by mistake we have put the semicolon here, double quote. So let me remove that. Now I will choose the file. Let's say Harry Potter. Then I will give the title of the book, then author, then I will add the any random number as a price, and for the I will select some text from here and paste it here. Click on the add. Here you can see the new book has been added. Now we have the 3 books. If I click on this edit button, edit icon, then I will rename this Harry Potter to secret. Then choose the file. Then choose the cover image, secret. Then change this author name. and click on the edit. Here you can see cover image title has been updated. If I click on the delete, then book has been deleted. This is all our overall application. We have seen all the code operation: create, update, delete, edit. I hope you like it and if you learn something new. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Imaginary Engineering. Thank you for watching.